What would it be like to have a body part so long that it could make you the center of attention wherever you go? Well, in today's video, we're about to meet some incredible people with some seriously shocking features that you won't believe. From record-breaking tongues to hair that could practically touch the ground, these individuals were born to stand out, and trust me, you won't want to miss a second of it. Stick around as we count down the 10 longest body parts in the world.
My name is Nicholas James Stobrel, and I have the longest tongue in recorded history. I think one of the most useful things that my tongue offers.
First up, we have Nick Stauber from Monterey, California. He may look like an ordinary guy at first glance, but when he opens his mouth, it's a different story. His tongue is an incredible 10 centimeters long. Imagine how hard it would be to eat an ice cream cone with that thing. But Nick embraces it with pride, even calling it his signature move. What's the longest tongue you've ever seen?
Non, elle est pas. Et les pieds les plus grands du monde. Brahim a les pieds les plus grands du monde, puisqu'il fait du 60.
Next, we have Brahim Takiula from Morocco, whose feet are literally off the charts. He holds the title for the largest feet in the world, with shoes measuring a whopping size 58, US size. Brahim's feet aren't just big, they're massive, making it nearly impossible for him to find shoes. Talk about a real big step in life. Brahim doesn't just have massive feet, he also stands tall at over 8 feet 1 inch, 2.46 meters. His towering height is due to a condition called acromegaly, which makes him grow much taller than the average person. Can you imagine trying to navigate a regular-sized doorway with feet and height like that? Moving on, let's talk about Vutlaponpaun Gradova from Thailand.
Congratulations.
Thank you
Well done.
so much. Thanks a lot. Thanks.
Who holds the Guinness World Record for the longest legs. Her legs are an incredible 120 centimeters long, even though she's not the tallest woman in the world. Getting in and out of cars must be a real challenge, right? Vut's towering legs are great for modeling, but everyday life can be a struggle. Shopping becomes a hustle, and finding clothes or shoes that fit her legs is always a challenge. But despite the difficulties, Vut embraces her uniqueness. Could you imagine having legs that long? Next up is a man from Vietnam, Trinh Thi Thai, who has hair so long it could be the world's longest. His hair measures an astonishing 7 meters long, and he hasn't cut it in over 30 years. In fact, he stopped washing his hair 6 years ago and wraps it around his body to keep it out of the way. Talk about a serious commitment to long hair. Trinh's hair care routine is pretty unique. Since he stopped cutting and washing his hair, he wraps it around his body to prevent it from getting tangled or dragging on the ground. It's amazing to think that his hair has been growing for over 30 years. Do you think you could go that long without a haircut? Can't talk about long body parts without mentioning beards. S.L. Singh from India held the record for the longest beard in the world. His beard was a stunning 5 meters long. This guy must have had the most intense beard grooming routine ever, right? Living with a beard that long wasn't always easy for S.L. Singh. He faced challenges like keeping it clean, untangled, and just walking around without stepping on it. But despite these challenges, Singh was incredibly proud of his impressive facial hair. Would you be able to manage a beard that long? But S.L. Singh isn't the only one with an extraordinary beard.
This is who I am. I'm different, and I've learned to accept it fully.
Vivian Willer, a woman from Germany, suffers from a rare condition called hypertrichosis, which causes excessive hair growth. She's got a 25 centimeter long beard, which is pretty remarkable for a woman. How would you feel if you had to deal with facial hair like that? Vivian has embraced her beard, turning it into her personal signature look. Though unusual, her facial hair hasn't stopped her from living her life confidently. Would you be able to rock a beard like Vivian? Now let's move on to something a little less conventional. Victor from an Asian country who's known for his ridiculously long ear hair. His hair grows 30 centimeters from his ears, and yes, it's actually a world record. It's one of those features you'd probably notice from a mile away. Victor is proud of his ear hair and views it as a symbol of masculinity. People say that the longer the hair, the more brutal the man looks. Whether that's true or not, Victor's ear hair definitely makes him stand out. Would you consider growing your ear hair out if it were possible? Some cultures have unique traditions when it comes to body modification. The Kayan women from Myanmar are famous for wearing rings around their necks, which gradually elongates them. These women can wear up to 5 kilos of rings, making their necks appear incredibly long. The tradition of neck elongation is passed down through generations. As young girls, they start wearing small rings, and as they grow, more rings are added to extend their necks. The longest necks in the world belong to these women, with some reaching 40 centimeters in length. Can you imagine wearing rings like that? Leonid Stadnik from Ukraine holds 2 records. He is the tallest man in the world, standing at 2.59 meters tall, and has the longest fingers measuring 31 centimeters. He was officially recognized by the Guinness World Records for both feats. Leonid's massive size has led to various health problems, including issues with his endocrine system. For him, living in a world of smaller people has been a challenge, from squeezing through doorways to picking up small objects. It's tough being so tall, isn't it?
35-year-old Defen was living in this one room, in very basic conditions that would have appalled Sandy. She was only able to sit up for 1 hour at a time.
There are some pretty tall women in the world, but Malaysian woman Zeng Jinlian stands out with her extraordinary height of 2.47 meters. She's not just tall, she has long, graceful features that make her one of the most unique individuals. For Zeng Jinlian, being so tall meant she was constantly facing problems, like finding clothes that fit and having to constantly adjust her life to deal with her height. Can you imagine how difficult it would be to buy anything off the shelf if you were that tall?
Mundo. Veamos qué hizo Sultan en su reciente viaje a los Estados Unidos. Lo primero fue una sesión de fotos en el Museo Ripley, aunque usted no lo crea, en Orlando.
Next, we have Sultan Kosin, who has the tallest hands in the world. His hands measure 27 centimeters long and are so big that they could hold a basketball with ease. Imagine trying to find gloves for hands that size. What do you think it would feel like to have hands that massive? Sultan has faced several challenges due to his massive size, including finding shoes and clothes that fit. But despite these challenges, he's proud of his unique body features. Do you think you'd be proud to have body parts this extraordinary?
2014 साल चालू आहे तर आतापर्यंत जवळजवळ 62 वर्ष पूर्ण झालीत नखांना.
In this segment, let's talk about the longest fingernails on a man. The record is currently held by Lee Redmond, with nails that measure a whopping 8.65 meters long. Imagine how hard it would be to do everyday tasks with nails that long. That's it for today's amazing stories about the world's longest body parts. Which one surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe for more fun and interesting videos like this. Stay unique, stay curious, and we'll see you in the next one.